Now, Windsor City Council meeting today, one last time before a summer break. CTV's Travis Fortnum joins us to break it all down for us tonight. And Travis, not as stacked an agenda as we've seen in recent meetings, but still some very important items up for debate.
Yeah, that's right, Stephanie. Council checking off a handful of files, including that revamped flag policy. You'll remember this was a hot topic back in May. City administration has since clarified the language on this policy change, and that seems to have eased concerns, particularly from members of Windsor's Pride community.
With the policy change, I do appreciate the change of direction. I don't think it's necessary per se. However, I can understand the reasoning, the logic, the rationale that they're going with.
The policy now defers primarily to federal and provincial rules on which flags can fly and when. There's room for exceptions to mark city events or local causes, or for other flags that pass a council vote. The mayor says the change brings consistency and helps avoid embarrassment if a controversial flag were to ever be raised.
Recognizing that our city clerk's office, they're not diplomats, trained to be working in diplomatic affairs and understanding all of the international relations that our country and or our province would have. So they do the best that they can do. They've done a good job over time. But I think this was a sensible and appropriate policy change that at least allows us to be in a defensible position and not be offside.
Over to Roseland Golf Club, where plans for a new clubhouse continue to take shape. The city is hosting a public open house this Thursday, July 31st, from 3 to 7 p.m. There's also an online survey launching that same day. Resident feedback will help shape the clubhouse design and could impact future residential development on the property. Council also receiving an update on homelessness in the region with new numbers from the latest point-in-time count. 266 people were identified as experiencing homelessness in Windsor, Essex, up from 251 in 2021. The snapshot cites addiction, job loss, and family conflict as key factors, as well as the cost of housing. The mayor says the city's doing its part, but can't shoulder the burden alone.
In terms of what we can do to help people who are experiencing these difficulties, we're there. We're spending a lot of money to help those folks. But the other partners have to dial it up as well to make sure that there's enough housing, to make sure that the treatments for mental health and addiction are there when the people need them, to get them on a pathway to recovery to become productive citizens in the future.
Council backed a motion from Ward 8 Councillor Gary Kashak calling on administration to keep pushing upper levels of government for more support. With that, Council now breaks for the summer. The next scheduled meeting set for Monday, September 8th. Stephanie.
Okay, Travis Fortnum, thank you for this update.